This week on Report on Conditions, we'll take you to a residential structure fire near Little Lake, a commercial structure fire in Menifee, and we follow Assistant Fire Marshal Chris Cox as he inspects a firework display in Indian Wells.
Stand by for reporting conditions.
Hi, thank you for joining us for this week's episode of CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department's Report on Conditions. I'm April Newman. Last week, from April 11th through April 17th, our firefighters responded to 3,417 calls for service. Of that number, 2,561 were medical emergencies and 105 were fire-related calls. Of the fire calls, 23 were vegetation fires and 20 were structure fires. Let's take a look at a few highlighted incidents from the past week. During the morning hours of Tuesday, April 12th, firefighters received multiple reports of a fire in a single-family residence at the 26,000 block of Vanderbilt Court in Little Lake. The first arriving engine company reported heavy fire from the garage of a single-story, single-family dwelling. Firefighters were able to contain the fire to the garage with heavy smoke damage throughout the house. The American Red Cross responded to assist 4 adults and 1 child displaced from the fire. Damages were estimated at $100,000. In the city of Menifee, later that evening, Tuesday, April 12th, firefighters were dispatched to a commercial structure fire at the Circle K convenience store located at the 29,000 block of Hahn Road. The first engine to arrive reported heavy fire activity from the roof of the building. Firefighters were able to contain the fire to an office on the second story of the business, preventing smoke and fire from spreading to the first story. Luckily, no injuries were reported and damages were estimated at $80,000, with a total estimated saved at $1.5 million. On the evening of Wednesday, April 13th, firefighters responded to a reported residential structure fire at the 1600 block of North San Gorgonio Avenue in the city of Banning. The first arriving chief officer reported a fully involved detached garage on fire with exposures to overhead power lines and nearby residents. Thanks to the quick thinking and hard work of firefighters, the fire was contained to the detached garage and the nearby structure was not harmed. Damages were estimated at $75,000. Our last incident takes us to Jurupa Valley, where on Sunday, April 17th, firefighters were dispatched to a commercial vehicle fire at the intersection of 28th Street and Rubidoux Boulevard. The first arriving chief officer reported an RV on fire directly underneath power lines with exposure to a nearby commercial building. Crews were able to quickly contain the fire to the RV without extension.
I got what it takes.
I've got what it takes.
I've got what it takes.
Taking the necessary measures to harden your home can help increase its likelihood of survival when wildfire strikes. Take a look at some ways you can be ready for wildfire.
California's wildfires continue to threaten our communities. Flying embers from wildfires can travel up to a mile away, invading communities and destroying homes. When you and your neighbors create defensible space, you help to protect yourself and your community. Clear away dead trees, brush, and vegetation within 100 feet of your home. Pay extra attention to the 0 to 5 feet zone immediately surrounding your house. Do your part. Be prepared for wildfire. Learn how from CAL FIRE at readyforwildfire.org.
The Every 15 Minutes program was designed by California Highway Patrol to remind high school juniors and seniors on the consequences of drinking and driving. Multiple agencies and many student volunteers work together to highlight the dangers of driving under the influence and bring this program to life. This past Thursday, we visited Beaumont High School to see it in action.
My name is Ryan Dutton. I'm a fire captain with the CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department. This morning we were invited to Beaumont High School to participate in their Every 15 Minutes program to bring awareness to drunk driving prior to the high school's prom. Participating agencies were CAL FIRE Riverside County Fire Department, California Highway Patrol, Beaumont Police Department, Beaumont Unified School District, and American Medical Response. We get to come out here and demonstrate our abilities for the high school students and show them the seriousness of the consequences of drinking and driving. Every 15 minutes across the country, there's an average of 1 death from drunk driving. I think it brings a tremendous value to bringing awareness to them in the consequences of drinking and driving, what those could be.
My name is Chris Cox, and this is Did You Know? So we're in the city of Indian Wells, and we're here at the Vintage Country Club, where there is an event going on, a luau special event, where they've decided to have a fireworks show. The process for having a fireworks show is they need to obtain permits through the local fire authority, which is Riverside County Office of the Fire Marshal. We're here to ensure that they are setting up the operation for the fireworks in accordance with the permit conditions of approval. And we make sure that we do our pre-inspections and make sure everything is safe and that we're going to have a good, successful show. When I arrive on site, I introduce myself to the responsible party who has been issued the pyrotechnics permit, who is the pyrotechnics operator. He's responsible for setting up and conducting the fireworks display. And so I check, make sure he's the identified person, he has the license, valid license issued by the State Fire Marshal Office. I make sure that the location that has been selected to launch the fireworks is according to the permit, making sure that the fallout zone, we have the proper designated area where the ignitable embers that come back down to earth from after the fireworks explodes is not going to catch anything on fire. So that's why that precise area is identified and designated. So we make sure that's set up properly. The pyrotechnic industry, they are very professional, and it's not we're adversary or contentious with them. We work along and partner with them. They know what they're doing, they're trained, they have the license, and we just make sure we're there as that representative with the fire department to make sure that everything's successful, and we work together with that.
To stay up to date on current incidents as they happen in Riverside County, be sure to follow at Cal Fire RRU on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Did you happen to capture any pictures or videos of our firefighters in action? If so, send them our way at rrupio@fire.ca.gov. From your Cal Fire Riverside County Fire Department, Public Affairs and Community Education Bureau, thanks for watching.